welcome to a fairly awesome confessional. This is the first time we've tried this, and basically what we're going to do is each take a moment to confess something that nobody else here knows that violates, let's call it the geek code. I will go first, and you'll get a pretty good idea of exactly what we're going to do here. Gentlemen, I have a confession to make. Half-Life 1 and Half-Life 2, I have never played either.
Oh my god!
I haven't.
Wait,
where's your gamer card? I want to revoke it.
Can you wait? Chance to redeem yourself here a little bit. Did you play Portal?
Oh man,
no!
Wow.
It's even worse.
Okay, last chance to redeem yourself. Do you not have electricity at your house?
I'm actually Amish.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah, so I feel really bad, but I missed Half-Life 1, really. I just kind of missed it. And then when Half-Life 2 came out, I've had every opportunity in the world to play it. I could have bought the orange box. I could have done all of it. And I never did.
I'm really baffled.
Yeah,
by
I did
this
not
one.
really think that was one that
so
you'd bring.
I feel really bad because there's all the Half-Life 3 jokes and hype and everything.
And you don't get it.
And I always have to be like, yeah, that's I don't really know.
You'd be like, yeah, can't.
Yeah. So
that's
like me with Mass Effect.
I'm.
That is kind of. I hope you're not using that one. I hope that's not.
No.
But that is actually a decent one. Had that one been right on here, that you haven't played Mass Effect though. All right, so
you've not accepted Valve into your life.
I'm gonna say that both Half-Life 1 and Half-Life 2 take a considerable chunk out of your life. I think
10 hours, maybe, each one. Yeah, each one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Geek Confessional, I underestimate or overestimate. No,
you're a developer, Ryan. Of course you overestimate.
I spent forever on Half-Life 2, though.
Yeah.
I don't know about when you guys played it. I mean, I kind of explore every little nook and cranny, but I don't know. I spent a lot of time on Half-Life 2. Half-Life 1 I kind of breezed through. Mm-hmm. Maybe you could do the same thing in Half-Life 2, but I just didn't.
So now here's the question. Am I missing out on a critical part of gamer lore? Do I have to go back and play these? Or is it the moment over? Is it gone?
I almost feel like it's over because there's a lot of elements. They were game changers from that time. Like Half-Life 1.
It's not going to be that impressive.
Yeah, it won't be impressive because you've played shooters since that have taken all of those elements. But I still think Half-Life 2 will impress you. I don't think Half-Life 1 will impress you, though.
No.
At all.
At the very least, I do think you need to play Portal.
Yeah,
it's short.
It's
short, and it's a puzzle solver.
I've actually lied about playing Portal,
just so you could be
so that I wouldn't
on the conversation.
Yes,
you played Portal too. You've not played any Portal.
No,
you should at least play Portal. Yeah. And you should probably bring along an air sickness bag.
Do you get sick from anything like that? Like the movement? If there is a game out there that will do that, it's Portal and Portal 2.
Yes, absolutely.
Because it didn't affect me, but there were a couple of less than 2-second moments where, because it changes gravity and your perspective and everything, so it is like spinning, moving, and if you're pretty close to your TV, you might get like just a moment of.
I'm waiting for it to come out on Oculus Rift.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah!
Wow!
Yeah.
That way I can really get that feeling of my stomach leaping out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was my confessional. Moving on, we'll just go to Nate.
All right. Well, I've actually got a couple, so I'll kind of make them quick fire because I want to make sure I get both of them out. Okay, so my first Geek Confessional is that I never ever played Red Dead Redemption, and I love GTA and anything from Rockstar. I've played LA Noire and I've not played Red Dead Redemption.
It's a little forgivable. Red Dead Redemption is a lot of commitment. It is a long friggin' game.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
I haven't played it either.
well, and you don't really miss. I mean, if you've played like the Grand Theft Auto, 4, Grand Theft Auto 5, I guess Grand Theft Auto 4 is probably, if you played that.
You haven't missed out on
really
any gameplay thing.
There's nothing so revolutionary in Red Dead Redemption that you were like, I completely missed it.
It's funny though. Everybody says that in the conversation, like, "Oh, it was a game of generation." You need, like that. I missed it and all that. I hear that all the time. That Red Dead. I hear people talk about it all the time.
What I've heard is that if you're into westerns and sort of just do whatever the hell you want, that game was one of the few that really allowed you to do a lot of whatever you wanted to. And other people told me that to an extent it did. On the other side, there were a lot of really boring-ass missions that were, go here and...
wrestling.
Actually had a lot more fun with Red Dead Redemption Zombie Nightmares.
Undead Nightmare.
Redemption.
Redemption.
Yeah, the zombie. That one was actually, in my opinion, the actual fun.
I've heard good things about that.
Yeah, that one I would recommend playing. The problem is you can't really play it without playing the other one because there's so many game mechanics that it doesn't really teach you. It just expects you to know.
Yeah.
Okay, so my second one is, I don't want to get too deep into that. The second one is, and I'm not really sure if it's going to apply to you guys, but I love sci-fi. Absolutely love it. Do not like Doctor Who at all. Do not like it.
I have never seen a Doctor Who. Oh, and I take that back.
I've seen Doctor Who.
I take it back.
Do not like
I
it.
watched like 60 to 70% of a more recent episode. The Matt Smith era.
And I can't stand the fangirlism about it. Just, oh, Matt Smith, boo boo. Carrie.
I don't. You're right. I don't get it.
I don't either. I don't understand it. It must be.
Does anybody else watch? No?
No.
I'm the only one that
You're the only
watches?
one
Yeah.
Well, I'm not current either, though. I'm like a season behind.
Okay.
So is it, on the guy side, is this sort of Geek Confessional that you do watch it?
Wow.
I don't know.
I don't
There's
think
a
so.
lot
There's
of
a lot
people
of people
that
I mean, it's
watch
not
it.
the one that I was going to say, but I...
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, honestly, there's enough good TV on right now that even for what sci-fi Doctor Who presents, it not high on the list.
I was going to actually say the problem is there's not a lot of sci-fi TV right now. It's not, and Doctor Who is really the only option if you want that really big sci-fi kind of soap opera
He
experience.
said good
Space
shows,
opera.
though. I think you're specializing in just
sci-fi.
science.
Yeah, I
The
know.
last podcast when you guys were talking about space sims, you pointed that out. It's just like when Scott Shepard, astronaut. Now I'm mixing my metaphors here. This astronaut that just passed away.
Scott Carpenter.
Oh,
Scott
Scott
Carpenter. I'm Sam
Shepard. Yeah.
Yeah. But when he passed
killing
away,
half an ass over
and then when you realize there's not like that fascination with space, and it's reflected in our culture, like we're about.
It's sad.
Yeah, it is kind of sad.
Well, I mean, you've seen Apollo 18, right? With the rocks that.
Yeah.
You can't get excited about getting devoured by rock monsters.
Maybe.
Rock.
You haven't seen Apollo
Monster.
18? No. It's okay. You're not missing anything.
Rock monster. I hate that. I hate the
It's
B-52.
it's worth a watch.
It's not bad to watch, but it's
Don't
not gonna
have big expectations.
Yeah. if you
So
go
what you're telling me is
expecting-
we should expect the WTF movie review of Apollo 18.
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe.
All right.
Okay, so
Take it from the guy who does the movie
yeah,
reviews.
so
You're
both
not
of
missing
yours
anything.
we deem to be somewhat acceptable.
Okay, cool. So
So-
I'm in the clear.
Let's go on to Ryan.
Okay, one is probably expected from the cast here, but for those watching, I actually really enjoy Metal Gear Solid for all the cutscenes that it is, and I may have actually put more time into Metal Gear Solid for actually playing, not just watching cutscenes, than I did in Skyrim. It's in my defense. In my defense, it's a sneak game.
No, yeah,
So you can spend a lot of time wiping out everyone.
Were you
that's
playing
true.
or on the hardest mode?
No.
I think really we should probably make sure this goes to Guinness. I mean, if he's claiming he actually played the game more than there were cutscenes,
That's my second
gotta
kind of
set
record.
some kind of record.
Absolutely.
That does not seem
It's
like
so
there is
true.
not enough time in a human's life to play the game that much.
If you're lost about this, then you've missed out on all the jokes for Metal Gear, and it sort of comes down to the very beginning of Metal Gear Solid 4. You come into the game, and there's probably a 20 or 25 minute cutscene.
Minimum.
Yeah, and then you get to control the character, and you're like, sweet, I get to get in it. And the very first thing is you're like under fire, and it basically guides you to hide underneath a truck while the ambush happens, and so you can kind of espionage and sneak away. And then the cutscenes start. There's about an hour and a half right after that, and you don't even get directed by Hideo Kojima. You don't get any of that until after you do this little scene where you get underneath the truck. I will definitely say that didn't make sense to me. Why you had to do that? Why didn't they just put that into the cutscene and let it just roll? The game has a ton of story to tell, and if you hadn't played any of the other Metal Gear Solids, it takes.
I'm hijacking this one and saying my other geek confession is I'm replacing David Hayter as Solid Snake. Metal Gear, Otacon, what?
Isn't it? It's going to be the guy from 24, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Kiefer Sutherland, yeah.
No, Jack Bauer.
Jack
Bauer.
Damn
it!
So now
I'm waiting for the Metal Gear Solid like 6. Would you fuck me?
I fuck me so hard.
One of the things that happens...
Solid Buffalo Bill.
Solid Bill.
Oh. In geek culture, we kind of develop these stereotypes of various things. It's how things occur. Is it a stereotype that Metal Gear Solid games are nothing but cutscenes?
Yes. I think so. Oh, absolutely.
That is
it's
definitely
not true at all, but yeah.
It started.
It's one of those running jokes.
It did.
Really did.
Metal Gear Solid 2 is where they started going playable movie, I'll say. Where in 2 you probably got, if you totaled up all the cutscenes, 6 hours of cutscene?
No.
There's outrageous.
Your estimation
it's
is your estimation is it can't be that high.
I'm
Really?
thinking like 2 tops.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a lot.
They are preachy. That's one of the things too, is that they've gotten really preachy, and that's why everybody recognizes
But unplayable.
it.
You're not moving the character. So what do you? Does the radio conversations, do those count?
I don't know.
I'm gonna say
like
6
mission-
hours.
Those are like
mission-
diary though,
mission
almost like
briefing
diaries.
type
Like
things.
You
dialogue.
have to go through them.
That's true. You don't.
You can't
That's
get out
true.
of it.
You can skip them, but you're right.
Like
I'm
You can skip a cutscene.
Okay, so
Solid Snake.
Brass
Diary.
tacks, no, brass tacks.
You
Day
get more
one.
play. You
Hiding
get
in
more
a
play.
box.
They didn't continue to put on makeup.
has Ryan spent far too much time playing Metal Gear Solid 4?
Probably.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that's
Sorry.
Did you have another one?
not arguable there.
I may come back to my other one. We'll see how.
Are you
boy.
are you nervous about this?
Okay,
one? Why don't you throw it out there?
Yeah, I think we got
Because I'm
it
going to
now.
crucify you if it is bad.
Phantom Menace.
We're all holding our breath.
Actually like the movie.
Whoa!
Minus Jar Jar. I agree with everybody on Jar Jar.
I'll give you that.
I don't get it, and I don't like the midi-chlorian thing, but
God,
I
think I'm gonna
like.
be sick.
See, the funny thing is that
But
this
I
is
liked it.
okay. So that was my geek confession: is that I liked the prequels, and that they're not necessarily what everybody thought they were supposed to be. Yes, I know.
Grumpy cat.
Grumpy Staunton over here. Disapproving. Staunton is disapproving. But
Yeah.
yes, I would agree with Ryan. I think that
Was it the acting that you liked the best?
really.
Maybe it was the scientific telling of how the Force works.
I wanted more Star Wars, and it gave me more Star Wars.
That's what I was thinking.
You were right about one thing. The confessions were short.
My God.
HorribleJokes.com/Obi-Wan-Jokes. .html.org.
All right. So that was yours. Is that
Yes.
Star
Now,
Wars?
why do you like it? Simply because it gave you more Star Wars?
It even the first one, Phantom Menace, takes you. I like the space battles from the other from. No, wait.
Oh,
from
okay,
the
okay,
original
okay.
ones.
Okay.
From 4, 5, 6.
I think I can guess where this one's going. Knowing Ryan, what was like 2/3 of that movie? Pod race.
That's a good point. Is it the pod race scene?
I didn't think that was so bad, honestly.
Ryan's like it's like F1
So
in
sorry.
the future.
Dying over here.
I did have Pod Racer on N64.
That was a good game.
That's
That was actually a good game.
That
No,
was a
I
good-
played that game.
that
It was
was
a
a
good
good game.
freaking game.
It's still pod racing.
No, come on, it was like F-Zero.
Yeah,
yes.
it was F-Zero.
Star Wars version F-Zero.
Yeah,
That's all it
Just
was.
slap some skins on it and
Pretty much. But it was still fun.
Stan's about to Falcon punch him. off
It's
his
like having a
table.
coronary.
It's
He's
basically
like,
like the Super Mario
The
Brothers 2
space battles in Phantom Menace
Were
are so
horrible.
bad.
They
Oh,
weren't
God.
that great.
They are Anakin Skywalker. I'll try doing this. Woo! I mean,
You actually
the
acted that
hell?
better than Jake himself, who played it, who lives in Indiana.
Really? We should go find
Carmel,
him.
Indiana. Last I heard.
Really? Interesting.
okay, so I don't know. I liked
We're
the
coming
movie.
for
I
you,
didn't
Jake.
have such a big issue with it. I mean, other than I thought Jar Jar was completely unnecessary, and I did think that there were some acting issues, but in general, I liked the movie.
Since that is your confessional, why do you like it?
I do like it because there's more Star Wars. It's somebody else's direction. I wouldn't have taken it that way, but it is his characters. Like talking about George Lucas, right? So he's the man that gave us 4, 5, and 6. I like the fact that he gave us 1, 2, and 3 as well. It's just
Some evil George Lucas.
I'm gonna jump in.
Sure.
And I'm gonna say, so you like the first 3. How do you feel about the movie that shall not be named?
Prometheus. I'll name it, you sick son of a bitches.
Not Prometheus.
What?
The Crystal Skull. Oh, all the same characters from previous movies.
If there's a Geek Confessional...
You really went there?
If there's a Geek
bending
really
the
went
franchise
there?
over.
Just wow.
Riding it like the rocket.
If there's a Geek Confessional of somebody that says they like the Crystal Skull, that is a slap to the face. I'd
Yes.
say.
Was that Dr. Strangelove?
That
Were
one
you
is-
writing that
that's
bomb
Dr.
down?
Yes,
Dr.
Dr.
Strangelove.
Yeah.
See? I saved myself.
Yes.
All right, so what do you...
Yeah, let's go.
See,
because
I probably have like far too many, like having kids. I haven't seen hardly any TV outside of Nick Jr. in the last like 5 years.
Yeah.
So I can't really use that. I'm gonna go. This one's gonna be kind of out, but I'm gonna go one. Ryan knows this. I've got a prop here. Right there. Geek Squad Double Agent. If you've been to a Best Buy, you know what Geek Squad is. They're the in-store techs. We all, like 3 of the 5 of us used to be in-store techs. The Double Agent is the in-home guy. I drove the Beetle around, did home installs, exciting stuff like that. And it provided some entertainment. I managed to ditch the car once, trying to turn onto a gravel road.
Now, when you say ditch the car, you mean literally run the car into a ditch.
I meant I was going kind of normal speed, not fast.
Well,
there was a gravel road that
yeah.
I tried to turn on.
And you said
at full
initiate
speed.
e-brake?
And I pulled the e-brake,
Yeah.
and instead of allowing me to go around the corner safely, I kind of went off the road into a ditch and came back
Initiate
out.
So it was
drift.
totally
This
broken.
is not a confessional.
It
This
wasn't
is a moment
broken.
of pride.
Yeah.
This was a moment of pride.
broke Best Buy
I
property.
broke their car. Actually, it ended up being okay. I broke off the front spoiler and lost one of the hubcaps. That's about it. I mean, nobody was hurt. And then
Except your pride.
yeah, and then there's all sorts of fun stuff from the in-home. I mean, I got to fix somebody's internet by taking their phone line out of their network jack and putting it into the modem. That they called in-home for. I got to help a guy set up his new wireless camera that he had failed to set up and had previously named Mr. Naughty. So I can only imagine what that was going to be used for.
Ooh.
So yeah, it was good times. I sold my soul to the man.
This is Geek
And
Confessional, not Taxi Cab
Taxi-
Confessions.
This is getting pretty dark pretty quickly.
Yeah.
There were lonely nights in that bug.
Wait, we need saxophone.
So yeah, I got a badge. I got a name tag with my. Well, it didn't have my picture on it. It had another Chris Keene from Ohio, who was another double agent's picture on it. But yeah,
So your Geek Confessional was that you were supposing somebody's life right there.
right there. Yeah, I was someone else's in Ohio.
You'd be like a triple agent then.
I would. Yeah.
How many layers of protection does it take to get away from Best Buy corporate?
Oh man.
Good call.
That's
So, yeah.
interesting. I would argue that because it was providing you with hours of entertainment and money, that it's kind of hard to. I mean, people have done dirty jobs. I mean,
I was a Geek Squad agent.
Yeah. I said I can't super complain about it, but it's not something.
you're proud of. You
I
don't
was
brag
never
about
a
it.
double agent.
It amused me, but it was
Your real confession is that you carry that badge
that I carry this around.
If I should
And I'm
get it,
like,
you'd be
excuse me, ladies, breast inspector.
It's a matter of dire importance.
Mammogram police.
Okay. On that note,
See you
we're
later.
going to end the Geek Confessional here. If there's a confession you would like to make, be sure to tweet us at FAPcast or like us on Facebook.com/fairlyawesomepodcast. And comment below, comment in the YouTube comments. Be sure to subscribe to our channel because there's a lot more stuff like this. And if you give us likes, we'll probably see another one of these in the future. So thank you very much for watching.
Later, guys.
Yeah.
Focus.
Show me them boobs.
Quiet and do that one again.
Everybody Poops, a dramatic reading by Morgan Freeman. The elephant makes a big poop. Chris makes a massive poop.
Yeah.
That is now the outtake. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Should have got the Billy Corgan outtake in there.
Captain.